Guys, welcome back to Coffee Talk. I am so excited. I'll tell you why. I have a great guest here, a restaurateur right here in Port Jefferson and more, Joe DeNicola, with his agent. I would say his Marie Mordino, my dear friend. You've seen me with Marie at many events. She loves food, she loves events, and apparently she loves great chefs and great restaurateurs. The thing is, Joe, I've been trying to get you on for about 2 years on a show like this, so I really appreciate you coming out in the -10 today.
My pleasure.
This is really great. I personally enjoy your Ruvo restaurant in town. It's a warm place, meaning it feels great. When I'm there with my wife, I feel great, and I'm so glad that you survived that. So I'm going to start there. Marie, please tell us what a challenge that was with Joe, with that flood in Port Jeff, and now we're just back and better than ever, right?
Well, yeah, I met Joe right after the flood, and it was a big catastrophe, but I think he has more details on that than I do.
Well, we met many years ago.
Oh, let's go to that.
But
How did you guys meet?
We met in Port Jefferson, as a matter of fact. Joe was a big supporter of a Let's Do Brunch at the home of a friend. Probably about 15 homes had brunches, including me. I did it for 3 years.
Okay.
And there was a committee. And one of the years I did it, they asked me to write an article for a local paper. And I had interviewed 3 chefs, and Joe was one of them. Joe DeNicola of Ruvo's, and then Daniel Ballas of Bliss, and Eric Lamondo of Kitchen Bistro. And I had never written about chefs before, and it's really started me on this path. I'm really a speech pathologist. But I always wrote. I was always a journalist.
Yes, and thank you so much for bringing Joe today. Essentially, I met you through the Dan's Papers events, where we had a bunch of chefs. Joe, what's your start in the business? How did you start did you start as an owner or as a chef?
well, I started as a busboy, but that was many, many moons ago. And I didn't go to culinary school because I played lacrosse and I got a scholarship. And there was no way to pair playing lacrosse and culinary at the time. Now you can.
Where'd you play lacrosse, by the way?
At Delphi University.
You know Tom Rotans?
Sure.
That's so
Very
funny.
good friend, Rotans.
Oh, fantastic.
I actually have I actually host his team a couple times a year on me in my
Unbelievable.
Restaurant.
Both my boys play for Tom
Yeah.
in Shoreham.
Yeah, he's a great guy, really great guy. And now he's coaching
St.
Joe's.
Joseph's.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why he goes
And
to
his son is amazing.
Yeah.
In Maryland. I think
Yeah.
he finished that career.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
Very cool. Wow.
Yeah.
See the things you
Yeah,
find out?
Delphi
We're not
boy.
even in food yet.
He's a legend, Tom. But, when I worked throughout, always did both sides, cooking and front of the house. And then after college, I moved into the city. I was a chef on Long Island, and a friend of mine got a job at the Plaza. So then I moved in, and I was actually running the Oak Room for Donald Trump. I was the manager of the Oak Room, which is right on Central Park South. Then I had a stint down at Tribeca with Don Pintabona. And then he and I opened a restaurant together there on the Bowery. And then we opened another restaurant in Tribeca together. And then
You like to move.
I started having children, and I opened my first restaurant in Greenlawn, which was the original Ruvo, and then Port Jeff, and then thereafter many other restaurants that I have today.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite time that you were in the restaurant business?
Well, the city was fantastic.
It had to
I
be.
mean,
The people that you've seen and met.
Yeah, I spent, a good 10 years in the restaurant industry in the city, and that's irreplaceable. At that time, I was young. Too.
What's the
that was
single?
The other part that was great.
Yeah. You know what? You don't. I don't know how old you are, but you don't look a day over 35, 40. You look.
yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Serious.
That was with
You and
our-
Tom have something in common, by the way.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that was with our common friend Don Pintabona.
Yeah.
Okay.
We I don't know, I think I met Don way after you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Don's
So
a
the
great man.
newest restaurant of the. So currently you're running how many restaurants?
I have 8 restaurants, and I'm in business with my brothers. So I'm responsible for 5. My brother Leo's responsible for 3, and my
Okay.
brother Jimmy just moves around and helps us out with whatnot. And actually, my brother Doug even contributes too. He helps with some design. He helped me design the new restaurant, NOCO.
So this is NOCO North Country.
North Country, correct?
Is it on North Country Road?
It is,
Fantastic. St. James.
right.
Tell me about it.
It's a locally inspired American cuisine. We'll do farm to table whenever possible. You know, obviously on a day like today, there's not a lot of vegetables growing around Long Island, but there's still a lot of other products that you can get. You know, whether it's you know, crescent duck or scallops or swordfish or tuna. There's still a tremendous amount of local ingredients that you can bring to the restaurants, and you know, that's what in all my restaurants. That's what we support. Big supporters of the wine country, big supporters of the local brewery. Actually brew my beer right here in Port Jeff, Joe DeNicola, which we make a donation for every year. We give $1 away for every beer throughout from Thanksgiving through New Year's, and we give it away to a charity. You know, just support what we can, whether it's a local carpenter or, you know, buying Long Island wood. We actually still go to a mill on Long Island and buy Long Island wood. Hunter Brothers.
There's an event, Marie, you wanted to talk to us about coming up.
Yes, Joe just informed me this week that he is doing a charity event in April.
Yes, April 30th.
April 30th. What location?
We're going to do it in Ruvo with the McGinleys. I don't know if you know Dr. McGinley. His wife Lynn.
Yep.
They're orthopedics, Long Island Bone and Joint.
Okay.
And Blanca House is an organization that travels into third world countries and does remarkable things. And there's all different type of surgeons and doctors and medical people and non-medical people that go in and give support to people. It could be, you know, babies with cleft palates that can't eat, or it could be a man who can't walk who needs knee surgery. It could be a blind person. They've cured people in, you know, overnight, you know. And they've had like 45 missions, and they volunteer. Everything is donated. It's a 100% donation, and my donation is 100% donation. Where
So you open up your restaurant for this event, and it's on you.
the whole entire
Amazing.
thing.
Amazing.
And we're gonna have raffles and fun and try to raise some real money, you know, to keep this mission going.
Very nice.
It's where you're taking local people, and there's a large local quantity of people that do this, and you know, it's a way they can reach out.
In your days of running, you said it was Donald Trump's restaurant or his building?
His restaurant.
Give me something. Give me something funny that people would think. Well, nothing's funny about what he's doing now, and that's not a political statement. I'm just saying. Give me some. We need fun in Donald Trump again. Give me something.
Donald Trump. You know, when I was there, he was marrying Marla Maples. So
Fun years.
yeah, I did
For a
his
while.
wedding, and he's the only person I know that can have two different invitations to a wedding. So if you have one invitation, you could get only so far to the ropes.
Oh,
And if you had another invitation, you could get all the way up.
I gotcha.
so there are
Two levels of
guests.
guests.
Oh,
That's something we wouldn't know. That's cool.
That I thought was a funny thing. And listen, I enjoyed him. He treated me with respect. You know, that was a long time ago.
You know, seeing him in his element in New York is one thing, and I think that's where he's from. We know that,
Yeah.
so that's that. The other thing I want to ask you, as a restaurateur, this must be frustrating at the same time. I wonder how you get around it. Number one, being able to control the quality of what you're putting out in any one of these restaurants, and what's your opinion of Yelp, the Yelp years?
Well, as Anthony Bourdain said, Yelp's going to kill restaurants in general. I'm finding that, you know, believe it or not, they're getting a little less critical, people. In the beginning, it was just
It was like the Wild
horrific.
West.
It was horrific. It was like,
Yeah.
you had, you know, I can't stand
They're
anonymous.
keyboard warriors, yeah.
It's the anonymity
ridiculous.
of it all is just, it's just. You should have to put your name down. You should have to have your email address. If you're going to write something really
Absolutely.
disparaging about somebody.
Has it ever been helpful to you? And I say this like, for example, you have an employee. They were hired last week. They're not fitting your culture, but
Right.
you don't know that. But enough customers are saying that. Does that help you?
Well, yeah, we comment on every single Yelp review if you go on my restaurant pages, and I ask for detail. That's how you know
Back it
whether
up.
or not the review is real. If they'll respond to you. So we didn't like the waiter, we hated the food, and it was overpriced. So it's then, okay, can you tell me your waiter's name? What did you eat? And what did you think was too costly? And
Right.
if they respond in a fashion like
You
that,
know it's
then,
real.
then you know it's real.
Gotcha.
But it could be competition. It could be just I pissed somebody off. Who knows?
So the other thing I find amazing is how you said 8 restaurants, and I realize you have a brother helping, but you said you're directly responsible for 5.
Right.
To me, that's daunting because I know, and I've had 23 employees in my lifetime, and it's not an easy thing. But particularly in restaurants where just one thing could go wrong, whether some food came in bad or this, how the hell do you just 5 restaurants day after day? Do you have an
I'm really in
operating
charge
manual?
of all 8 of them, you know, because I'm the president
Yeah,
of the
but,
company.
but still, even Ruvo.
But, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link, as I say all the time. You have to have serious commitment to quality. Your hiring practices have to be excellent, you know, your interviewing practices. And, you know, you have to have a motto and a mission statement for everything you do, like I'm sure you do. You know, we have things that we say constantly every day, like nice people work with nice people, you know. We have the big 3, you know, we want a big welcome. You know, we want
That's huge,
We want
but simple.
execution while people are in our restaurants, and we want a fond farewell. Say goodbye to people and thank them for coming and spending their money and their time.
So simple, but I got to tell you, it's missing out of 50 to 60% of restaurants.
I can't stand when you know you're walking out of a restaurant, you just spend $150, and nobody even says goodbye. They don't even look up. Drives me nuts, and it happens in my own restaurants sometimes. Trust me.
On the other hand, if you want a good review, you look at the dish on the chef, and there's
There you go.
always, I don't do anything negative, but,
Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait,
but,
you got to be real. If something's negative, you got to throw it out
but
there.
I'm not a critic.
Okay,
I write about restaurants and chefs, I don't.
okay,
analyze them.
I understand.
But let's go back to something positive. Peter Giannotti wrote a fabulous review of NOCO. I mean, it was really well done, well received.
Do I take my wife to NOCO for her birthday next Tuesday?
Absolutely.
You got it.
I do?
You got it.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. It's gonna be awesome.
And Peter Giannotti doesn't often give, what, 3 stars?
Almost never.
Now he's Newsday, right?
Yeah.
Newsday, but he's one of the bigger.
He's been their main critic since the mid '80s, like '85.
Okay.
So back in the day when there wasn't Yelp and there wasn't every blog and whatnot.
People would be interested in this. Does he come announced or unannounced?
Unannounced completely.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're open. You know that he may or may not show up one day, and then boom, that's it.
If you even know what he looks like.
Yeah. He comes 3 times. Try to find a picture on him online. There is none.
That's brilliant.
And
Wait,
know,
you say he comes 3 times to give another chance?
No, he'll come. The review is he comes 3 times. Because I spoke to the editor after. I said, how many times was he here? He said he was there 3 times.
So he tries different dishes so
Right.
he can talk about everything, or not everything, a lot.
He talked about most of it, you know.
So that review's out there in the ethosphere now?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll show it in the background.
And Newsday.
Okay, very cool. Anything else you want our audience to know? Right here in Port Jefferson, what do you do for fun, personally?
I golf at St. George's.
Excellent.
You know, it's fun. And I spend a lot of time with my family. You know, we have a
How many
house
kids you have?
in Southold. So I enjoy going out east, and I go to the wineries, and I try a lot of other people's restaurants, which I enjoy
Do you know Tom Chaudel?
very well, very well.
That Jewel restaurant is amazing.
Yeah.
I love the tuna pizza there. You do tuna pizza in any of your restaurants?
We do tuna in all different ways.
Not
right?
easy to do, but it's
Yeah.
really good.
He's a character, man.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Talk about somebody who hates Yelp.
I was just going to tell you. I saw the whole rant on Kingfish,
Oh, man.
and he wasn't wrong because he said they were stating things that couldn't be true.
Right, and that happens.
Well, did you ever read Playing with Fire?
No.
Yeah, it's a good book.
He had a lot of guts, right?
He basically rants about customers for
And they have
25 chapters.
and they have to know who they are. That's the problem. They know who they are.
I love it. I love it so much. Well,
Yeah.
Joe, I feel like we've accomplished something here.
I think
We've
so.
introduced you for the world, and we appreciate you coming on.
Listen,
What's
I'm
your day
happy-
look like?
Oh, I got a very busy day today.
Yeah?
I have meetings all day, and then I'm going to work this evening, and that's it.
Good,
I'm
we'll
going
stop in
to
soon.
Aruba on Monday. That's all. I
Actually,
know.
I'll stop in tomorrow night. Actually,
Yeah. Excellent.
I'll ride in Ruvo. Yeah, I'll grab a Port Jeff beer.
Okay.
Thank you, Marie, for making this happen. Can I have one of your cookies as a send-off?
Yeah.
Thank you so
There you
much.
go.
Yeah, why don't you toast a cookie to me?
Amen to that.
Amen to that. You stayed up all night for this.
Yeah, and with her granddaughter, she made them.
Thanks again, guys.